I spent $50 on Nintendo Switch deals. As you can see, a ton of games here. But what exactly did I spend my money on? Let's babble a little bit. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of My Tiny Point of View. And once again, we're going to be babbling because that's what I do best. But before we get into the topic of today, I'd like to say don't forget to let me spend my money so you don't waste yours by hitting that subscribe button. And if you're interested in keeping informed of new videos being uploaded on the We Deem channel, don't forget to click that bell. Now I know guys, lately it has just been me babbling and no real reviews on devices. We're going to get back to that, don't you worry. I am working on a review of my LG G8X, I think I said that right. I always get it wrong. We're going to be doing some emulation testing on it. I'm going to go over the different specs of the device and how I feel about the device after using it for almost a half a year. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That's the second time that subscribe button has ended up on the screen. Now let's get into the topic of today. And that is, I spent $50 on Nintendo Switch deals. They have a lot of deals going on. I'm talking about stuff that is going for 64 cents or less. Now, obviously, looking at here, it doesn't show you the prices, and I don't remember them offhand. But I got some things that just interested me, and they were cheap. Now, overall, I did spend $50, and the most expensive game that I got was this BulletStorm game here, and as you can see, some of them got X's on it if you can't see that because my memory card is probably not big enough. I don't even remember what size memory card I have in here. If I had to guess, maybe it's a 32 gig, maybe a 64, I can't remember. Let's back out of here, go into the store and see if those things are still on sale. Nintendo eShop sound. And as you can see, it has the section for great deals. Let me see if I can get a close-up. Normally I'd be able to capture this on my capture device, but the cat's pissed on my Nintendo Switch dock. You can see some of the prices. As you can see, this Quest for the Golden Duck, which is probably not that good of a game, but it's 7 cents. I got this defunct game, and of course it says purchase, and I can't actually see what the price was. Alright, turns out there's no way on the Switch to actually see how much I paid for each of these games. So I'm going to go through the games, and if I can sign online on my PC and see how much I paid for them, those will be thrown up on the screen. More than likely, when I finally get playing the games on this list, I will write mini reviews on the reviewsbythisguy.com website. So if you're interested in that, follow me on Twitter at We Deem channel to keep informed of when the reviews is up. Let's get into the games. Dark Burial, which is the first game that I purchased on the eShop, you will see the price up on the screen, is a platformer with a shooting element. The main character wields a crossbow to slay skeletons, witches, and other abominations. There are all sorts of hazards and pitfalls to overcome, as you will come to realize after the list of the games I purchased on the eShop is done. I am a big fan of platformers. The game reminds me a little of Expendabros, which I played on PC. I got on Steam, which I rather enjoyed. Alright, next game I picked up on sale on the eShop was Ghoul Boy, a retro-inspired style action platformer that combines the action RPG genre and hack and slash gameplay. 2D action, which is my favorite platformer. Heroic characters, dreary environments, and demonic bosses. The player controls a heroic character who will often be seen throwing a spear to create additional platforms, puzzles. Combat elements will further enhance the experience of the game. Not going to go too far into what I have read about the game, but being a retro 90s platformer fan, I am excited to play the game. Koloro, hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right, is a contemplative puzzle platform game with a unique and dynamic one-button gameplay. Gameplay kind of reminds me of Super Meat Boy a little bit, but the opinion might change after actually playing it. The player takes control of Cora, a little girl with pink hair who must surpass her fears to find her sister Laura in a dreamlike nightmare world, and in her way are hordes of shadow monsters as well as obstacles she must avoid. I don't know, it sounded interesting and that's why I picked it up. As always, throughout the video there will be prices for these games. I got most of these games pretty cheap. Let's get to the next game. Not going to be too much of a mystery why I picked up Shadow Blade Reloaded. It's an action platformer set in a visually pleasing world where the ancient teachings of ninja and samurai clash, merging in our modern world. The player controls Koro or Kuru, I'm gonna butcher names as always, sprinting through stages, surrounded with traps and defeating enemies that get in your way along your path. Now, as I read this, let's get into the story a little bit. Darkness and chaos are once again creeping into the world of man. The covenant made in a time almost forgotten has failed. The three clans now in a violent struggle for dominance. The medallion is almost made whole again, and it falls upon Kuro's shoulder to restore balance. All his training has led up to this moment where the fate of the world will rest in his blood-stained hands. Good looking game. Can't wait to play it and give my full review. Now the next game on the list is not something I'm new to, and that's BulletStorm. This is Duke of Switch Edition. You step into the boots of Grayson Hunt and exile members of the elite assassins group Dead Echo. After a battle with his former general, sends his team crash landing on the abandoned resort planet of Stygia. God, I'm gonna butcher these names. It's either Stygia or Stygia. Either way, Grayson must brave the wastelands on his way to confronting the man that once ordered him to do the unthinkable. Will he get his team out alive, or will he finally quench his thirst for revenge? You battle your way through the planet's less than hospitable hosts, performing masterful kills throughout the single-player campaign using BulletStorm's Duke of Switch Edition unique skill shot system that rewards you for executing the most creative and deadly kills imaginable. I have played this before, I believe on the Xbox 360, and I'm interested in seeing what differences there are in gameplay on the Switch. And also, I'm interested because apparently, yeah, as you can see, you get to play as Duke Nukem through the game, so that would be kind of cool and unique to see how that plays. Alright, CG, a fart for Melusina. God, I suck. Melusina. Another platformer. Sensing a trend here, but can we reflect on the name for a little bit, because I'm curious. First off, how long did it take them to come up with that name, and why did Pixel.lu choose it? Either way, become CG a knight as he runs, jumps, and battles in a flatulent quest to save Melusina. God, I suck. I don't want to read that word anymore. The love of his life. Take down hordes of goofy enemies and crazy bosses. Earn riches. Find long lost holy artifacts. And make your way to the top of the mountain. Stink up. Jesus. I swear to God. This game developer must have been high when he came up with this. Either way, looking forward to the game. Super tight gameplay apparently, and wonderful 8-bit pixel graphics. Sounds right up my alley, and definitely a game that belongs on a handheld console like the Switch. Let's get into Eterno Blade. Now, hopefully I pronounced this name correctly, or I mean, there are going to be so many comments down below about how I suck at reading and cannot pronounce anything on this list. But either way, Eterno Blade, I'm guessing how you pronounce it. I've played the demo of this before, but either way, you play a vengeful warrior named Freya. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced, pretty similar to the Vampire Diaries, who travels with an unknown weapon called the Eterno Blade. Freya sets out for revenge on Biladin, the Lord of the Mist, who destroys her village, Ridge Road, there's no way I pronounced that wrong, and wiped out her tribe. The player can use time manipulations such as time travel, time warp, time reverse to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. I played the demo, as I said, when I first got my Switch a while back, and I liked the art style as well as the time manipulation, which reminded me of Prince of Persia. Either way, it was about time I picked up the full game, and I can't wait to start playing the full game. I remember that was the enemy, and I think that's where the demo ended. Fanta Rock looked interesting, so I picked it up. The game combines survival horror with adventure and some stealth mechanics, which is pretty similar to Remother. If you're into survival horror, I suggest you check out Remother and see how long you can survive without a weapon. Fanta Rock seems like a game that will have me jumping over and over again in fright. The game takes place in a ship called Purity 02, and your mission is to survive while you try to get rid of toxins that are destroying you from within. Definitely a game I will be playing in the dark, alone in a room, and in dock mode for the best experience. This might be a game better played in VR than the Switch, but I'll give it a try. Alright, Pixel Gladiator appears to be some sort of show called Brutal Gladiators Battle, which is extremely popular all over the universe. Okay, you've been sent to an abandoned planet as one of the participants of the show, and your goal is to survive as long as possible, fighting back deadly creatures in the focus of billions of viewers. At least that's what they say. It's a platformer with RPG elements. You collect money, which can be used to upgrade your weapons and your character. Visuals kind of remind me a little of Metroid Prime, not as much as Axiom Verge though, but it does have that feel. I guess this is sort of a Death Race concept. But let's get on to The Bridge. The Bridge, a game I have had my eyes on for a while now, and the eShop sale finally pushed me into buying it. This is a logical puzzle game that pushes you to reevaluate your perception on physics and also perspective. You can manipulate gravity, and the ceiling is now the floor. Explore unique, difficult worlds and master them to give you a sense of intelligence, because we definitely all need that. The Bridge is a piece of art with beautiful hand-drawn art in the style of a black and white lithograph. According to the Nintendo's website, there are 48 thought-provoking puzzles, each unique from the rest, all requiring an innovative solution. Gravity manipulation, gravitational vortexes, parallel dimensions, and many more mind-bending concepts in a world where the laws of physics are not what they seem. An alternative version of the game unlocks after the main story has been completed, including challenging alternative version of each of the 24 main puzzles, along with an alternative ending, a time backtracking system to alleviate any fear of making mistakes. I guess you can rewind just like Prince of Persia. Definitely been looking forward to playing this game, and now I have it thanks to the sale. Don't forget, go to We Deem channel on Twitter to keep informed of when I finally do a review on this game. Let's get on to the next game. The little robot from Defunct is what sparked my interest in the game. Defunct is an Indian adventure game set on a post-human Earth. The player controls an old broken racing robot that can barely move, so you are required to use the environments for propulsion via gravitational pull. How does the gravitational pull work? Well, when turning it on, going downhill, it will allow the robot to go faster, and turning it off, uphill, will decrease the speed. There are orbs around the start for speed boosts, and the player also has the ability to magnetize. Not entirely sure of the ultimate goal, so I guess I'll just have to play through the game to find out. Let's get to the next game, Kane. Kane is an arena arcade slash where the player can kill their enemies with one hit, and there is one objective: kill as many enemies as possible. That's always fun. The game takes place on the neon streets of Mega Tokyo, colorful stages and blood galore, and what I believe will be a good time waster. Game may not be the same, but very similar to one of my favorite arcade shooters on Android, and that's Monster Shooters. I guess I'm not going to say much about the game. As you can see, little gameplay and the gameplay up on the screen. It looks kind of fun. Definitely, as I said, great looking time waster. Alright, let's see if I can say a little more about this game than I did the last. It's Mana Spark. It's an RPG that players might find challenging with combat similar to Deep Souls and Rogue elements. The player explores a dreadful dungeon and fights enemies whose intelligence shouldn't be underestimated. Completely skill-based combat, rebuild and maintain your guild village. Each room is handcrafted to get the most out of the combat, and you'll never explore the same dungeon twice. The game sounds fun. It might be pretty close to what the original Zelda experience was for me as a kid, only I found myself exploring dungeons more than twice. 99 Vitas. Now, here is a game I wanted to pick up when Limited Run released it on the PS Vita, but never got the chance. The game was really cheap, so it was about time. If you're into retro beat-em-ups, you might be into 99 Vitas. Each character has a unique ability such as speed, strength, fire, water, wind, and lightning. The player will gain experience points and pick up special items after defeating enemies. You can play solo through the campaign or with up to 3 other friends. Beat 'em up to hold me over while I wait for Streets of Rage 4 Limited Run. Where is it? While everybody else is playing it, I am waiting. Alfred Night is the next game. Alfred Night of Honor. To be more specific, it's a 2D action adventure game where the player takes control of Alfred, the most powerful swordsman, and wields the divine flame to defeat enemies while avoiding obstacles. The game has a classic PC platformer art style in my opinion, more than 20 different stages, several bosses to defeat, different weapons and spells to discover. The game definitely seems to have a lot to look forward to, and I can't wait to get playing. Is that Juggernaut? Venture Kid, here goes what appears to be a classic 90s style 8-bit platformer with inventive level design, challenging gameplay, responsive controls, so they say, and a variety of bosses. Game kind of brings little Samsung to mind. Let me know in the comments down below what this game's art style reminds you of. I'd like to get a list of games similar to this visually. The player's mission, if you choose it, is to fight through the evil Dr. Teklev's minion to stop him from building his secret weapon and save the world. There are 9 action-packed levels and bosses. On this Switch exclusive, there are survival and boss rush mode, which I'm interested to see what that's all about. Can't wait to get into the game. The next game is Warlocks 2 God Slayers. The player challenges the vile gods and dethrones them in this action RPG. The game mixes retro, hand-drawn graphics with modern gameplay. You can team up with up to 4 friends in online and local co-op, which is something that's very rare. The player can choose from a cast of 5 powerful warlocks, more than 40 types of challenging enemies that work in groups, so they're pretty much can all gang up on you. 8 to 10 hours of your gamer life. Powerful bosses the size of giants, and colorful commentary with plenty of hilarious jokes. We'll definitely see about that. Either way, as you can see, the game looks fun. I'm trying to think of what the game style reminds me of. It eludes me right now, so if you are reminded by a certain game, let me know in the comments down below. Let's get on to the last and final game that I purchased on sale on the eShop, and that's Butcher. I've been eyeing Butcher up for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger. Butcher is a fast-paced 2D run and gun. The player takes control of a cyborg that is designed to eradicate the last remnants of humanity and annihilate anything that moves. There are 3 weapons to choose from: a chainsaw, a shotgun, and a grenade launcher. There might be several different types of these weapons, but those are the main 3. Make your way through underground hideouts, post-apocalyptic cities and jungles. Sounds like a 2D Doom, and I'm excited to start the cleansing process. Well, that's all the games I got on sale on the eShop, all at a pretty good price, and they all sound like they're going to be a blast. I still have about $6 left, so I will be picking something else up. I'm going to let you guys down below in the comments let me know what I should spend that $6 on. Let's go ahead and see exactly how much I got. I got $6.17 and I got $2.10 in gold points. So that is oh my god, I can't even count. $8.27. Let me know in the comments down below what you think I should buy on the Nintendo Switch eShop down below, and I'll let you know which one I picked. If you have any questions about anything that I bought on the Nintendo eShop, also leave those in the comments down below. If you liked what was contained in this video, do consider to hit the thumbs up. If you thought this video plain sucked and was just a waste of time, you can always hit that thumbs down. If you found this video to be of some sort of value, do consider sharing amongst friends and the rest of your social media. And as always, don't forget to let me spend my money so you don't waste yours by hitting that subscribe button.